Alright, how's this gonna work? I have to introduce you, and then you get to introduce me? Okay, well, everybody, here is our new announcer, Ricky the Rat.
Huh? Hey there, boys and girls, it's Saturday evening, and you shouldn't be watching this. My name is Ricky the Rat, and you might know my cousin. I can't say his name, because it's copyrighted, but it's Saturday evening, and it's time for the Saturday Evening Rant. Here's your host, Pro Bounty Hunter.
Alright, so I don't know how that's gonna work out. That laugh might be a little annoying at the end, but anyways, let's get started with this episode of the Saturday Evening Rant. So first up, we have a interesting story out of Massachusetts, and that is apparently planes are dropping out of the skies and landing in reservoirs. So last week, we had two aeronautical vehicles crash land into reservoirs. The first one was a Rhode Island pilot. He was forced to make an emergency landing at the Quabbin Reservoir. The Quabbin is a reservoir for the city of Boston, and more recently it was in the news because they were making the decision to create a Rattlesnake Island. Can you imagine if they made the Rattlesnake Island and this plane happened to land on it? That would have been some shit out of Indiana Jones. Pilot lands his plane, emergency landing on an island, opens up the door, and it's just rattlesnakes everywhere. It's a carpet of rattlesnakes. Holy shit, would that be scary. Alright, and the second emergency landing happened in Ashland, Mass, where a ultra-lightweight helicopter piloted by this guy by the name of David Diana, he had mechanical problems, the engine shut off, he tried to do an auto rotation, there wasn't any open space, and he had to drop it into the water, and that's exactly what he did. He landed this helicopter in the water, opened the door, and swam away from it. All the boats said, what the hell's going on, and went over and tried to get him out of the water. They rescued this guy, he was able to get out of the water, but that is just wild. Absolutely wild. In 1 week, we had two aviation vehicles crash land into reservoirs in the same state. I have never heard of that happening. Let me know if you guys have ever heard of anything like that happening. So the second story for the Saturday Evening Rant is the racist Maine Governor. So apparently back in January or February of this year, Republican Governor Paul LePage was making some racist remarks. Apparently he said something along the lines of, he keeps a 3-ring binder of photos from all the drug busts, and most are black and Hispanic people from Waterbury, Connecticut, the Bronx, and Brooklyn, New York. This guy literally collects a binder of arrests. He has a binder of mugshots, and he flips through them every day to see the color of these people's skin. He shouldn't be worried about the color of their skin. He should be worried about how to try to stop crime or do different methods to prevent it. He goes on to say, drug dealers with names like D-Money, Smoothie, and Shifty are getting Maine's white girls pregnant. He later apologized, saying he meant to say Maine women and not white women. No, we know what you were saying. It came out of your mouth the first time you said it. So recently he came back up in the news because he left a obscenity-laced voicemail asking for this guy to prove that he is racist. So apparently he left a message to a Democratic representative named Drew Gatine, and this guy had called the governor a racist. I can't imagine why he would ever call the governor a racist, seeing what the governor had just recently said. It's just absolutely ridiculous that in this day and age, a politician with such a high authoritative power would go out in public and make comments like this. It's even more of a question as to how this person ever got elected in the first place. Clearly, this can't be the first time that they showed racial tendencies. So finally, the last story of this evening is naked ice. So apparently a man in Framingham found himself so bored that he decided to walk around the hotel naked twice. Yes, that's right, naked twice. So this man that you're seeing on the screen, I can't speak for you, but I can speak for myself and say, there's no way I want to see this guy fucking naked. There is absolutely no amount of money that you could give me, and to top it off, he thinks people want to see him naked. But anyways, he was extremely bored while staying at the Red Roof Inn. So Mr. Alfred Henderson from Greenfield got bored and decided he was going to go for a walk around the lobby. So apparently on early Wednesday morning, two women saw this man walking around wearing only a t-shirt. Walking around this hotel wearing only a t-shirt. Now you can see it from the images on the screen. This doesn't look like a very large hotel. So it's going to be kind of hard to hide your ding-a-ling when you're walking around a lobby that's only 500 square feet big. Anyways, later on the day, he was still bored and he said, fuck it. I'm going to go out completely naked this time. No t-shirt, no socks, nothing. I need some ice. So he was charged with exposing himself openly and recklessly disregarding a substantial risk to public exposure. And apparently, prosecutors at his arraignment on Wednesday did not ask for bail. And Judge David Frank released Henderson. He said, you know what? I don't think you're going to be any threat to the society. You're walking around naked in a fucking hotel room at 11 o'clock on a Wednesday morning? What the fuck are you going to do Friday night? Probably nothing. You're probably just going to go right to sleep, so you're no threat to the society. I will laugh my fucking ass off if this guy gets caught again for open lewdness or being naked or doing something along those lines. This fucking Judge David Frank needs to be fucking taken off the stand. What a fucking dope he is. I don't know what's worse, the guy that walks around naked in a fucking hotel lobby on a Wednesday morning getting ice, or a fucking judge who decides to release this guy back out into the fucking public without bail, without a mental health check. I'm pretty sure anybody in their sound fucking mind knows not to walk around naked. There's fucking beaches for that. There's fucking adult resorts for that. You can't go book a hotel room just outside of Boston and expect it to be a nudist colony. That is just ridiculous. Alright everybody, that is going to do it for this episode of the Saturday Evening Rant. Thank you very much for watching and listening to this episode. So comment down below, let me know what you think of these stories. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see everybody tomorrow for the weekend vlog.